1.
Hello everyone and welcome in. I am made by Scar and I will be showing all allies joined to you today. I will be doing it in New Game Plus story and I am joined by Viola. Viola, introduce yourself.
Thank you, Scar. Hi, everybody. I'm Viola Sadai, not technically a speedrunner, but Scar was kind enough to let me join to do a little discussion / commentary of HZD today because I'm such a huge fan. Shout outs and thanks to Elk and Dorian for putting all this together. It must have been a massive amount of work. And I think everybody in the community is having a great time and has been really appreciating it, even though you're making the Americans get up really early. Just got to say that.
And after that short introduction, I will just start the run in 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, so like we saw today earlier with Dorian and Kaider, rolling is the way to go if we aren't on our mount.
What's he doing up there?
Yes.
He's just standing there.
And first we will just go to Rost. Yeah, first off we will just go to Rost.
No, I've been would you,
Of course.
there's if this one, yeah.
I'll go.
So this New Game Plus
I've got what I need.
story level run will be similar, of course, to what we've seen before, but with an added twist, which is that Scar is doing what's called All Allies Joined. So he's going to be doing all of the added side quests and errands in order to obtain all of the allies for the final battle in Meridian.
What sort of beast was that?
Yeah, and I got a list of all the allies, and some will join through the story, some will join through the side quests we do. I will only name the ones on the side quests when we are done with them. And yeah, but first, like all runs, we first gotta kill the Sawtooth.
Yes, and since of course you're playing New Game Plus, you have that Storm Slinger. And how many sparkers was it stored up in inventory, Scar?
I have 1,800 sparkers because during practice runs 1,500 wasn't enough.
Yes. So Scar is well prepared with his ammo stash
So
for this run.
look.
You see he's doing some fast travel to settlements in order to speed up this early game stuff, and of course also because he's doing New Game Plus, he has everything in inventory he already needs, so he skipped ahead of a few of the things that you would have to go and grab in the early game.
Missed the prompt. Yeah, I didn't need to get a tripcaster from Cast since we have one in our inventory, and I didn't have to get Blaze for fire arrows because we already have fire arrows, Blaze, and Richwood. So I was just able to fast travel to the gate and get to Rost immediately. Now we are already in in Mazasart, and on our way to the Proving basically. We are meeting Erend and Olin right now, and Olin had a focus. What's up with that?
I don't know. It's very strange. Aloy has never seen anybody else with a focus, so of course she's very curious about it. He's not very conversational about it, though. And of course we also stopped by Ted, who we met once in childhood.
Yeah. NG Plus skips the childhood. We aren't even allowed to redo it like we are in Open West with the tutorial section.
Not that there's really a need.
Yeah, childhood was really just a short tutorial. Nice and easy. Yeah. And now
we get to talk to Bust.
Yeah, and we are already sleeping.
So I told you this the other day, I always think of Bast as being kind of a Draco Malfoy character, which I can't help but think that the visual appearance of him is a coincidence.
Yeah. Bad bomb.
In the Proving,
that first bomb wasn't ideal. I missed the ones in the at the very head of the herd, and so the other ones pushed me away from looting once. Okay. Now here comes the first skip of the run. We will be doing the tree skip. Right over. What? That never happened before.
Oh my goodness.
I really don't know what happened there. Okay, but we will get to the first skip, which is this tree. Jump in, jump over, and then there will be a reset from save coming up. And after that, it will be the good old proving skip we are used to seeing, which is the drop down there, jumping up over here.
I think I need to let you know that and Elk have both noticed that you said the thing about how that never happened before in a marathon run, so we're good. We don't have to do that again.
And now entering the proving fight after being a little mountain goat.
Yep.
Mountain goat light compared to Gaia Pram later.
Too many of them.
Yep, and there's what, 3 or 4 waves of enemies here, and you're shooting up some
Oh no, there's
proximity
more.
bombs.
Up on the ridge. There's more of
They
them.
keep coming.
Take out some of them as
How
they
many are
spawn
there?
in.
That one was sadly too far. The last one of them.
Wolfie says that's the 6th never happened before of the day.
Okay. But shooting that bomb too far actually helped with the third wave, because they ran into it.
Yeah. So, of course, we skipped over the cutscene where Aloy is injured by Helis, nearly dies. Rost comes to save her, throws her down the mountain. He gets killed in a fiery explosion.
There.
She gets taken to All Mother Mountain.
Are you saying I was
But that never
what
happens if you
happened?
skip it. You know? That never happens.
It happens.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I have to give a special shout out to my friend Taste of Sugar, who just popped into chat.
Hello, one.
Who says he's here for my commentary, so now I feel really self-conscious. I met Sugar a while ago when he came in to raid one of Greedy's streams, and
is my mother here?
he was running Forbidden West at the time. Well, I shouldn't say running. He was doing a first playthrough, so I started watching his playthrough. He's a really sweet guy.
Nice. Welcome in.
You said the tribe is
But while you were telling that, we had to wait for Tirsa, and now we have to wait for Tirsa again.
Yes,
is
I feel
the-
like this
Go ahead. Go
this
ahead.
is one of the way the devs kind of tweak speedrunners. You know, just by like, it doesn't matter how fast you go. You're gonna have to wait for the old lady to show up. So, you know. So now we're just finding out about what happened after the proving, and that they sent Nora Braves out to chase the hunters down, chase the killers down. And Aloy's asking Tirza, "What's your plan?" And Tirza's plan is like, "You know what? I'm gonna let you handle it. I don't know. I got nothing." Basically.
Okay. We are now going to face the Corruptor really soon, after we drop down the side of the cliff, like some maniac.
Ruby says that's a life lesson to respect your elders, except Resh.
Yeah. Okay. So after this little talk with said Resh,
Corrupting the outcast.
we will be fighting a Corruptor, and we kind of spawn trap it.
And
Because
Sorry,
usually
what?
we spawn trap it. We are not supposed to be up here after jumping on that lock. We can get up here again. And then we have a small time window where this Corruptor is actually vulnerable, because before
here it comes.
it gets into town, into the village.
One of these things marched with
And we can just kill it fast, restart from save, and skip a bit of waiting.
And we just looted the corruptor to get the override parts.
It worked.
You're gonna
Get
fast
some
travel
striders.
to
I can test the override device.
our next location. And what? Wait, what did you just do there? I bet people who only play Forbidden West don't know what you just did there.
No. Isn't
You whistled, and a mount
Oh.
just showed up.
Oh yeah, yeah, I got a new mount.
Probably can't write them all, but it might find it useful.
Yeah.
I was so confused for a second what you wanted to
No,
say.
that's okay.
The world just
Talked about it yesterday, but it's totally cool. No, so it's a feature they took out of Forbidden West, or a skill that you can get on a skill tree, which is Mount Call Plus, I believe.
Yes.
So in HZD, you have this awesome skill where anytime you somehow, unfortunately, lose your mount, how ever could that happen? Well, oh, what?
I don't know how I just lost my mount.
I rep you. Just pick you.
So, this quick stop at the hunting grounds is the first part of one of the All Allies Joined quest storylines. Pardon me. And Scar is gonna do 3 quests here, 3 hunting ground trials, because you need 3 wins basically at a hunting ground in order to be allowed to enter the lodge in Meridian, which is what we're going to want to do in order to get one of our allies later.
I don't know, this happened yesterday during practice as well. They didn't want to go towards me, only away from me. Isn't what I want to, because I am setting up my traps over here. I want them to get over here, so they run into my trap. Finally. It's the wrong one. Only oh, this isn't going as planned. I need more grazers. Damn it. This is totally not going as planned right now.
It's okay. I'll just say for the record that the way Scar's doing this trial right now is the way I typically do it, which is run around and hope that maybe I can catch up with them and maybe get ahead of them and maybe then kill some of them, who knows. Because I am, not a good gamer.
What's this one more? 6. Finally.
Kobe notes that it's a shame when we have those damn accidental mount killing sneezes.
Oh yeah, totally a shame. Sorry.
And I'm not, Jay Wyndham, I am not reading that out loud. You said that the other day. Alright, so now you're going to use some tear ammo to shoot the grazers in the butts and explode their canisters off. If anybody's playing Zero Dawn, this is probably the best place to farm for Blaze, because you can just keep starting these trials over and over again and get those canisters as much as you need.
Will you be running the right way? Will be running the right way. 1, 2, and 3.
And so now the log pile. Oh! Interesting aerodynamics on that log up in the air. So now we have our 3 suns. You don't actually have to have 3 gold suns the way Scar does. You can have the lowest level. Actually, they're blazing suns. They're not technically called gold suns, even though they're gold, silver, and bronze, like Olympic medals. And now, Scar, I think, is calling for a new mount.
Yes, but it took some time. Some time to get here. So yeah, this was the first part of Telana's quest. That way we can get actually into the lodge when we arrive at Meridian. And now I will be on my way to the second
I have 3
part,
seconds.
the second
Now to let
side
you
quest we
start
started,
the next lodge.
which is A Daughter's Vengeance.
We also just drove past Nil on the road. Scar will be seeing him, and I think with Kiter, right? On Sunday, you're doing
Yes.
Bandit Camp race.
Yes, on
So
Sunday,
something
Kaita
to
and
look forward
I
to.
will be battling to leave Nil alive the fastest. But yeah. Now we arrive in a small little settlement of Sonora,
Yes.
She went.
kill our second mount.
Yep, and we're meeting this guy Jan real quick, who tells us his sister has gone off chasing someone who was part of the Red Raids, and
Maybe I
he
should try to
wants
find her.
us to try to get her back.
I hope my mount stays there.
And now we're going to.
There are allies in the DLC, but they don't count towards the trophy, and this is only the trophy. I think I added main game to the category name as well. I'm not sure right now. Okay,
Oh yeah, that was a really good question,
yeah.
Darth.
Maybe the war chief left something.
there are
it,
two. There are two allies in the DLC. It's Aratak and I forgot his name. The one who is out in the sun, because he allegedly killed a Karja. I forgot his name. But yes, those are the two allies you can gain there. Yeah, we just went over a part of the main quest of Zenora, because we have like some split quest lines for the main quests. If you want to elaborate,
there's-
Ifriola?
Sure. So there's some branching quest lines. Aloy's main objective, personally, is to get to Meridian and find out what happened to this guy Olin, who she met, who had a focus because she believes he's the one who sent the hunters.
The hunters who we killed at the proving.
Feels more like a military camp.
Yes, but who killed a bunch of our people too. But Varl, who we saw very briefly, again because of how quickly Scar is going, asked us to look for Sona, the war chief, also his mother. We'll be meeting her a little bit later. So that step off in that little wooded area was to do a little bit of investigation towards that quest. So those of you familiar with the New Game Plus run for Zero Dawn, most of this is going to be exactly what you're used to seeing, with a few stops and side missions at various points along the way, where they best fit into the run.
Yeah, like I just did there, I talked to Solai, I believe is her name, to advance the Daughter's Vengeance quest. And after that I talked to Mireia, which is mandatory to be able to leave the embrace. And I totally forgot to put in my weapons.
Okay.
But yeah.
Toby threw a terrible pun. Sugar always really appreciates terrible puns. Has reminded us that the name of the other guy is Inatot from the Frozen Wilds. And I also want to give a shout out to Auntie, because she and I always have a ton of fun in chat together.
Yeah.
Wolfie says for 1 a.m. that was a hilarious pun.
Oh, some lanthorns in the way of my mount.
They're scanning for me.
So
yeah.
rude.
So basically what Mireia told us, hey, if you want to get out of Noroland, you need to clear corrupted zones, because else the Kaja won't open the border for you. We just cleared our first corrupted zones with those fire arrows over there, and we are now on our second one.
They come. Corrupted washers.
Yeah, that first one's probably the easiest one in the game. It's really meant to be almost like the tutorial corrupted zone because it's so close. But then this is the other one that's most on the way, which is not really a super hard one, but sometimes those scrappers can be a little
They can
crappy,
hide.
so to speak. Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
Or they
that
can shoot you from a distance.
yeah. By the way, this should have been the fourth, I believe. Did you keep track?
I'm keeping track.
And I am getting my first good mount, actually. The ones before didn't like me. They spawned off in the distance.
And now we come up to the technically corrupted zone. And if you get here to Day Tower before killing those other two corrupted zones, these guys won't be here, but they just won't let you through this border for it.
To Meridian.
And we're skipping over one of my favorite sassy Aloy lines where she says, the guards say something about, oh, the sun praise us, and Aloy says it wasn't the sun risking its ass down here.
Oh yeah, I remember that from playing the first time. Oh. And we are now in Data. Do you want to tell them why we talked to that blue exclamation point guy?
Are you?
So there are 3 bases, as many of you know, where Frozen Wilds quest givers spawn in the game. And since we're running right past this guy at the Carja border fort, by stopping and doing his dialogue, it saves time later because another one will spawn, if we haven't talked to this guy, another one will spawn on the road to Meridian, and they the game forces your mount to slow down to a really extreme extent. So even though it takes like, I don't know, a couple of seconds there to talk to that guy, it's definitely faster overall.
Yeah. But it's basically only time safe if you need to go past him, which I had to do to advance A Daughter's Vengeance again. Remember, we talked to Jan and Solai in Noraland for that. And now
So then
we
they-
talk to the garrison leader about her again.
Like,
Yeah.
who swears it's a case of mistaken identity, and he seems very sincere, so I'm sure we believe him.
Yeah.
Darth Umbra asked in chat about, do we have to do all the hunting grounds or just get the 3 suns? So Darth, in Zero Dawn, in order to do the hunting ground, to get access to the hunting lodge in Meridian, we need 3 suns of any level from any of the trials and any of the grounds. However, fair question, you won't see us do this, but if you do get all of the suns from all of the hunting grounds, you can get a couple of bonus weapons, a couple of upgraded Hunter's Lodge weapons.
One I have actually in my hand right now.
Oh, okay. In the base game, they were, before we had the DLC and we had the improved upgraded weapons from the Frozen Wilds, you know, the variants that they were good. It's a blast sling.
Yeah, the one I'm using.
A rope caster, right? And then I forget which bow.
Is it a sharpshot bow? Oh, by the way, another mount.
Mount abuse is rampant around here.
Yeah.
The reason why we went up there, for anyone curious, because that would not be part of a normal New Game Plus run, was to activate that one campfire, which we will need later. So you'll see us do a few of those things, similar to talking to the Frozen Wilds quest giver at Day Tower, at the Carja border fort.
Yeah.
In order to, you know, a few seconds here are going to save us some time later, kind of things.
Yeah. And now we actually pass, not the first Thunderjaw actually we see in the game. I just spotted one before.
Really? Where?
Yeah. I was looking towards Lone Light, the campfire I just got, and on the right above it, you were able to see another Thunderjaw site actually. But usually this is the one the people notice first, because it's like right in your face.
Yeah, he's very on display there. I think very intentionally, again, by the game devs.
Yeah. Basically showing now the real deal begins.
Wyndham is suspicious of you causing a hit and run with one of the roadkill animals in the path.
I'm sorry, it wasn't me, it was my mount.
Yeah.
I'm gonna punish it for it, yes? Are you okay with that? Usually we don't kill our mount here, but just for you, Wyndham, I will punish it.
Yeah, so along the road right around here, right, I think where we just passed is where that other quest giver was spawned, and they slow you down so much in order to make sure that you see him. So.
Yeah. But now we are basically in Meridian already, just across this bridge, and we'll be in. There we will meet people again that we met before.
Yes, Well, we're looking for Olin, but we know Aaron is from here too. And Aaron had mentioned his sister Ursa. But when we get here, they tell us that Ursa has been killed. And this is talking with Aaron here is essentially starting kind of the third branch of the main story, which is Aaron asking for help investigating what happened to Ursa. Will technically happen when we get to Olin's place. We're gonna get stopped by a cutscene here where the crowd is getting riled up.
Yeah. And then we can go further to Olin's apartment. And after investigating a rack, finding a room beneath it, we have to push some bricks down to actually open the room.
No doubt now.
So, in Olin's apartment, we just have to examine his journal, a map, and a data point before we can fast travel out.
There's your
Wait.
So when we look at this data point, we learn that his wife and child have been kidnapped, which, and they are essentially being held hostage, which maybe puts a little bit of a different light on things. And Scar just fast traveled very short distance within Meridian, but just to get to the other side of the city.
Yeah.
And here he's talking to another quest giver, Naman, right? For the Honor the Fallen quest, which is another necessary quest for all allies joined.
Yeah, Naman will actually join us in the battle if we finish his quest. And now for...
Now it has 3 prongs.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes. And now we just arrived in the Hunter's Lodge. We got stopped by Ligan, who was checking our sons.
Our credentials, our badges.
Yeah.
Not our badges, our sons, pardon me. Yeah, and literally if you don't have the 3 badges, you can't go past him. And right kind of behind where Talon is standing there, that sort of shopkeeper's window is where you could maybe get those weapons, but you have to have beat all the trials. You have to have a son in all the trials to do that.
Yep.
Bit Ranch warns us that we're going to have Pedum after you. That's Horizon's PETA, but for mounts. For all of your mount abuse. You could ride the Landstorm.
Oh, I missed one. I went too far. So yeah, I forgot to talk to that first guy so I can send these on their way. So then the Oseram can pray over here in their shrine. That was blocked by Kaja priests before. Oh yeah. We call our mount
So this
in...
is the first...
Oh yeah, this is the first part of Honor the Fallen. Sorry to cut you out there.
Okay, this is the first part of Honor the Fallen, yeah. And we won't get around to the rest of it till later. But we just kind of get that one checked off.
Yeah. So now we further A Daughter's Vengeance, the quest that Jan gave us. We are looking for Nakoa.
Right, his sister.
Wait. I was confused for a second.
Yeah,
I thought I was going the wrong way, but I was going the right way. Autopilot kicking in.
So Zaid told us to check out this location, or he thought she might be headed here.
Let's see what Zaid's hiding out here.
And all of a sudden we're being ambushed. Not at all suspicious.
Not just chains, manacles. They were moving prisoners somewhere.
And yes, Darth, it will bring whatever type of mount is nearest to you when you call a mount. So maybe Scar, you want to explain the reason why you keep throwing bombs at your poor mounts?
So if you still have an overridden mount that is close enough to you, I think it's like 300 steps. I'm not sure about the correct
Exact distance.
the exact distance, yeah. it will try to get to you, and sometimes it is in an unfavorable position. Like in Mother's Crown, there was the mount on the bridge we killed, and then we exited on the other side of Mother's Crown. If we hadn't killed that mount, it would have tried to get to us, and it would have to run all around the village.
I got a broadhead here.
That's why I killed it.
It's obviously been much slower.
Yeah, that's why I killed it and just called a new one. And we are just entering
Still sniffing around.
another part of the main quest, where we first hear a mysterious voice over our focus.
Very strange, yes. And this is one of the, I'd say, the first big set pieces in the game, right? There's a lot of explosions. There's a couple corruptors running around. I will not lie. I was very intimidated by this when I first started playing.
That one guy up there is hiding. I don't like that.
Yeah, I can see. Behind the rock, please.
Can I hit him? Can I hit him? Ah, I hit him. Okay, nice. So, I don't want that guy to hide up there. I just called my mount, so it gets in here.
You say, hey,
But I don't hear it, which isn't nice. Because I want to be on my mount when I get out of here. So yeah, we just talked with Olin. Oh, damn it. My mount didn't come.
Olin does fill us in on some of the lore and some of the stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
And also tells us and we also have the choice there, pardon me, to kill or spare him. But
Sparing
is
him.
quicker, right?
Yeah, sparing him is
the truck
quicker.
in the compound. Maybe Nakoa's inside.
So yeah, we just heard Aloy, the tracks lead to that compound. Maybe Nakoa is inside. This is now actually the last part of A Daughter's Vengeance. Where's the last guy? Oh, he didn't aggro right away. But yeah, we killed the first few people there.
Chained up to be sold. Nakoa,
Got
let's
a
go.
key to
Let's go.
get the prisoners out, and now reinforcements arrive. So we gotta reload our Stormslinger real quick. And call our mount already. So it gets to us during the next cutscene. It gets to us during the next cutscene because we just blast them. And where's my mount? Over here. And this is actually the last part of Nakoa's side quest, A Daughter's Vengeance, so we got our first ally.
Very nice.
And now we are on to ambush. But before we get to the actual ambush, we have to find out what the ambush is about. And we do that by seeing errant fighting machines over here.
Wolfie would like to remind us that in the best category, Hundo, killing Olin is actually faster because there's another quest where we would meet him later, which is true. But
Indeed.
we're not doing Hundo today, Wolfie.
Yeah. So yeah, we just fought with Errant on our side. We bailed him out basically. And now he tells us, hey, follow me. There's something going on with Ursa over here.
This Shadow Carja territory.
And my mount doesn't want to give me the prompt.
At this point, I start to suspect that the Mount AI is saying, you know, you keep throwing bombs at us.
These look
We're
like
gonna be a little more finicky.
Did someone move a body?
So yeah, one of the commentators during the very first run of today, I don't know if it was Dorian who said it or Elk said it, but we can't get on our mount there while in a dialogue with another character. That's why we got knocked off there and couldn't get back on till it was basically over. We will get knocked off here again, but here we can just get on again immediately. And then we are up here at the ambush. I will place some proximity bombs for a Ravager spawn that I will manipulate later. I hope that are enough. So yeah, now here's the actual ambush. I think that arrow isn't good. We just arrow these guys down. Then you see me aiming over there, pounding my camera, so that the Ravagers spawn in favorable places. One spawned over there, where I placed my proximity bombs. And usually we would only now have to investigate some parts, but we need some trophies for Talana. That's why we have to loot the Ravagers as well in this. Basically, Talana says, hey, I'm gonna mentor you. I'm gonna let you into the lodge if you get these trophies. You can see them on the left right there. I need 3 Sawtooth trophies now and 1 Stalker trophy still.
Those rocks.
But doing it this way is very efficient because we've got to kill those Ravagers anyway.
Yeah.
I've never seen before.
So yeah.
Looks like you could
This is the last thing we need to investigate here, is a tripod. And after that I will just restart from save. And then we have to pray for sorties. Since we need 3, but we only have 2 guaranteed, basically, on... Oh, why am I riding my mount? Fast travel. We only have 2 guaranteed on our way to the Stalker trophy. So we have to get one here, and that right one is a Ravager, that left one is a Sawtooth, I believe. Yeah, it is a Sawtooth. Nice. So we are good on this stuff. Ooh, he knocked down my mount. And now he shocked it. Okay, that is a mount I usually don't kill, but sadly it got knocked down and
Yeah,
shocked.
I'm still keeping it down the tally.
Ah, I guess so. It's a killed mount after all. So yeah, now we are on our way to Maker's End, and on our way we have to grab some campfires for later. One is coming up right over to the left side of this.
I have to give a quick shout out to Greedy Olka, who has returned from dinner. Hi, Craig.
I
Enjoyed your
hope
run today.
I hope you enjoyed your noms. So yeah, I just got the campfire over there. We will use it during Queen's Gambit later. I am very keen on getting it because on one practice run I missed it and it cost a lot of time. Then we got a second one which we will use to get to this to Sunfall faster later. And now we will get a third one over there for Queen's Gambit again. Or Traitor's Bounty. It is still there. But yeah. And now
The same quest line.
yeah, they are the same quest line. They go into each other very smoothly. I will do them back to back as well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and now we are on our way to Maker's End. I won't be as crazy as Aussie. I won't be as crazy as Kaider and do Aussie route today. But for all you people who want to see something amazing, there is a Aussie route over here. With bomb jumps, tight jumps around corners and all that. Which actually nearly got a meme category called Wee%. Which is just get to the fast tower and jump off of it while you're screaming Wee to your mic. I think you had to survive the fall as well, but I am not sure about that. So yeah. We had a small talk with an unknown caller still, who basically says, hey, here are Eclipse troops, the bad guys, who attacked the Proving. There are some supplies for you, I stocked there, just go grab them.
And I believe he also told us to name Elizabeth Sobek
Yeah.
for the first time, who is of course a very, very important character in
Yeah. So let's see if I can get the skip right away. Ah, damn it. I missed the jump. I will just do the backup, which is just over here on this tree branch. Jumping up. And we want to jump in here because it's faster and we can actually kill that guy over there before the actual fight. After that I had very pure shooting though. But still managed to get the Deathbringer, get the people on the ground. Now the people that are shooting arrows at me.
Yes, this is the first time we see a living Deathbringer in the game. Although that one's pretty nerfed, right? It's not at 100% health.
Yeah, it only has one shoulder cannon and all. Okay, and now here, for all the casual players that won't ever experience it, there's a soft lock that can happen. If you jump down that elevator shaft before the synthetic voice starts talking. And instead of taking the casual way, you jump up this statue of a Deathbringer to get up here faster.
Where all the problems of tomorrow are being solved today. With over 25,000
So yeah, and now we just climb the fast tower while this voice, that is very loud right now, talks to us.
Looks like the way up. What's left of it?
Yeah, so now you're climbing up inside the tower, and besides the crazy bomb jump route that I guess is the Aussie route, there are actually a few different ways you can go up inside of this tower, so you can see sort of different pieces on different runs.
So they made the focus.
Yeah, so basically I could climb up higher there, but it's slower.
That's bigger than
That's why I don't go there.
so
And good night, Wolfie.
and devices.
I just saw that
Those
from
things were common in the
corner of my eye.
Good night, Wolfie. See you tomorrow, I'm sure.
Okay. We are climbing now on the outside of the tower. What a change of scenery.
It doesn't seem safe, but
Ah, it's fine. Yeah. And we are also slowly creeping up on Flirskip, which is a way to get around a dialogue that is playing, so we can later use it to override some other dialogue that is longer. Basically, I'm gonna explain it during the holograms and just focus on the skip real quick.
of course. I would like to mention, although of course in speedruns we don't take the time to look at any of them, there are some really interesting and funny data points when you scan the data points in this area, in the tower.
So now we reached the top and we are gonna watch 3 holograms of Ted and Elizabeth talking. This is only important for the story, and who needs story if you can go fast, right?
I assume your data confirms this.
Alright, this promises to be
But yeah,
interesting.
now I can somewhat explain why we just jumped up that beam on the side, why we didn't just take the safe route with the handholds. I think climbing over the railing is slightly faster, but that's not the reason why we do it. During each of these holograms, Aloy has a small monologue before we can scan the next one. But she also has a small monologue at the bottom of those handholds, saying basically, oh, way up. So we use that monologue down there to cancel out the monologue between the second and third hologram, because that is the longest.
But they hated each other.
And then we can immediately scan the third one.
Isn't a glitch. It's a catastrophe.
And that way, I should craft ammo.
It's bad.
Because crafting ammo... Oh, I did while they weren't talking. But when they are talking in holograms and you craft ammo, you don't get the time slowdown, the time punishment you would otherwise get.
There was some discussion of that earlier today. Maybe it was during Kiter's run. And I do think that you have to be a little bit careful about it, because if it goes like from one speaker to the other, if you're crafting, it could slow down the dialogue still.
Yeah, I just had it there. Like, I think Elizabeth said something and then went quiet, and I was still crafting, and then it didn't start again because I was still in the menu and the time was slowed down. So yeah, we hear them arguing, and I wait over here because somewhere over there is the trigger for the monologue we need to cancel out the other monologue. So I like to wait over here at this broken part of the wall.
If anybody wonders why I didn't realize that, I don't have game audio right now because I would have a an echo, like a weird repeat. But I said, you know, I know what the game sounds like. I can get through without the audio.
But just saw me roll in there to get the other monologue of Aloy, and then I rolled out again to scan the new hologram, and then we call him out up here. It's just able to spawn here because the balcony isn't coded as power, but it's coded as outside. Yeah, in the building. It's coded as outside. You can call him out here. Place it over here and wait for the hologram to end so we can talk to Silence over here.
That's another difference from Forbidden West. In Zero Dawn, if you fast travel while you're on a mount, or even as you're getting on your mount to be even faster, you're still on your mount when you exit the fast travel. Unfortunately, in Forbidden West, it's not the case.
Yeah. You will see it right on the next fast travel. While they are finishing up their conversation.
You don't have to threaten me. I'll sign.
But we have to stand and wait at this door because there's something else that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Look on the bright side, Ted.
I didn't get a chance to say it before, but I do love how Elizabeth talks about her killer, Ted's killer robots, and he keeps trying to insist that they're peacekeepers.
Yeah, definitely peacekeepers. You know what you haven't talked about either? My shining armor.
Oh, your shiny, pretty armor.
Yeah. But first, do you want to say what's happening right here?
Well, we're sort of face to face, hologram to face, I suppose, meeting Silence for the first time, and he, you know, Aloy's been able to already do things that he could never do, even though he's been trying to solve some of these mysteries his whole life.
Yeah. And he was
so
a mysterious caller that called us at the excavation site and at the start of Maker's End, where he said, hey, there are supplies for you, and it's Elizabeth Sobek you're searching for. And yeah, you just saw I am on my mount even after the fast travel. And now we are on the Nora section again.
Yeah. So we're going to try to figure out what happened to Sona, the war chief, and her people, her band of warriors. So I think this was kind of discussed in a run earlier today, but just for anybody who doesn't know, this shiny armor is called the Shield Weaver. It's the best armor in the base game, because it gives us essentially another layer of health. Elk knows all the numbers. I don't know all the numbers off the top of my head, but it's not the full 800 hit points. I think he said it was like 500 at story level. But still, it gives us, if you look at the blue bar in the upper left-hand corner of the HUD, we see that we have, that is an extra layer of health above the health that we would actually cost us life, basically.
Yeah. And it regenerates.
And yes, of course,
Half
it allows us to take some more falls a little more than we might otherwise as well.
Yeah. Or that we would have to heal in between.
Yes.
And it also helps with the Storm Slinger. Because the Storm Slinger, it actually damages us when we shoot with it.
Mm-hmm. And why did you just shoot through the rocks there?
I shot through the rocks to trigger these people over here, to alert them basically, which then gave me a save, an autosave, and that way I was able to reset from save and just get over here. Where's that guy? Ah, finally. I was able to reset from save then and just teleport through that gap basically to the top of that. So yeah, and then I just stood up there and stunsling at everyone. Now we gotta scan the hologram. And don't forget...
It just popped up in chat.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead. Oh, but we have to kill another mount, of course, of course.
Yeah.
So Dorian said Silence probably really admires Aloy and also hates her because she can do all the things he can't. And Wyndham replied, like, brush her hair.
Oof.
All right, Wyndham, I'm giving you a point for that one. That one was good.
So yeah.
Of course, Evan points out that Silence could brush Aloy's hair if she let him. That's quite good, but creepy.
Yeah. While you were reading that, we just learned that there is a base of Eclipse nearby called the Ring of Metal, and that there is a big blaze stockpile. By the way, I had to kill my mount up there, else I would try to call that one over here instead of this, and it would take ages for me to be out of range and actually be able to call a mount. That's why I had to kill it. So yeah. And now we make our ways onto camps. So there are some outposts of the Eclipse that we have to get rid of first. We could do it with the help of the Nora, but it's more consistent and faster to do it without their help. So that we first had to get there, and that's why we cut in here to get to the path over here instead of taking a big curve around. That wasn't actually the optimal line I took, but yeah, LA, it wasn't quick enough. For you for pointing that out. But yeah, we are on our way to camps. We will grab one campfire, which we will be fast traveling to after we are done with the Ring of Metal, and then we will do the camps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this is really sort of another glitch, right, or speedrunner's trick that we are.
It's not a glitch. It's actually intended. I always take it as a small sequence break, but it's actually intended by the devs because you get different dialogue, and you know, Aloy kind of likes doing stuff on her own. Ah, god damn it. He got some fire damage, but he didn't die.
So rude.
Yeah. So now this was the first of 3 camps. We had to kill 4 Eclipse soldiers and 2 of the Watchers. When I first learned the speedrun, I always forgot the Watchers. And then had to redo all this stuff here. And now we go on our way to the second camp, which is right around the corner. There are several people we have to kill here. Alert. is he? There he is. One more, and what is aggro there? It doesn't seem like it's a soldier. We will see if it is a soldier or not.
Sometimes, like, just some watchers show up there, and if you have the Nora Braves with you, because you actually met where you were supposed to meet Varl and Sona, they will
They see me.
start fighting those machines if they follow Aloy or show up, or they might warn the other enemy soldiers that you're there. Sorry.
Yeah, they can basically alert the soldiers, and then they raise an alarm, and you have to get even more Eclipse soldiers done.
Yep.
So I hope that that question mark I saw isn't a soldier I had to kill, and it isn't because the Nora people are here. So quickly talk to Zona and Varl
Sounds. Oh, yeah.
about our plan.
They got tired of waiting for you up at Red Rocks, basically.
Yeah, basically.
Go now. We wait on your signal.
So yeah, and now Varl and I want to breach the Ring of Metal alone.
Mm-hmm.
You do have a plan, right?
This is the first time we see the Ice Realm in action, right?
The ruins. That interested me.
Yeah, it's on 12 ammo.
How would you know?
So yeah, this is the first time we see the Ice Realm in action,
Thanks, Varl.
and it is to blow up some blaze. No? Like that one hologram said, there's a whole stockpile of blaze here. We just shoot some ice in there and it's gonna blow up. It's gonna be wonderful. It's gonna be fireworks.
We had to wait for Varl to get here so we could do this
Take my hand.
animation, which
Yeah.
we'll see a couple of times later in one of the other All Allies quests we have to do.
Yeah. Why are you blocking me? Damn it.
So you're intended to do this very stealthily and sneakily and take out all these guards along the way.
Actually in
But-
synchron with Varl,
Yep.
but we just speed through.
I need to get to that
Speed
place.
through because they can't. I don't think they can get out of here.
Yeah. And then we shoot
They
the
don't have to
blaze.
join the fight or anything.
Yeah, you just saw me shoot the blaze, that little green thing there, and then the most enemy RNG heavy split, Ring of Metal. They can spawn everywhere, they can move everywhere basically. I didn't die. And I personally don't really like the split. Because of it. Can't really plan for it.
By shooting the blaze from where you shot it from, you don't have to get across the enemy compound, or the ring of metal, or as Kiter would say, the ring of meat.
Yeah, I don't have to get close to the blaze stockpile to blow it up. I just have to get a line of sight, get a weapon that can actually reach that
at the
far.
distance. And then it teleports you to the other side anyway, so you're good.
Was that everyone? I think that was everyone. Yeah, nice.
Again, this set piece is I spent so many
God damn it.
hours and attempts trying to sneak across the arena or kill the people, kill the enemies going across the arena when I first started playing.
I really fell down there. So yeah, now we are basically where we were supposed to meet Ball and Sona before. So I just now talk to them, skip the cutscenes, and now I am on my way to another ally. By the way, I think now Sona and Var joined me already right? This is the
Yeah,
last
I mean,
quest
I
for
guess
them.
it is, and you have to do that anyway. So I guess I don't technically think of them as part of the All Allies trophy because they're not optional. I think
Yeah.
of it. I think
Yeah.
of All Allies. I guess technically they are, but I think of the All Allies joined trophy as being the people you wouldn't get only doing the main story.
Yeah. Yeah.
So everybody you wouldn't encounter in a standard speed run.
Yeah. True. So yeah, these are mandatory because it's part of a main quest, but basically you get Sona and Val as your allies here. Okay, where's my mount going? Didn't want to go towards pathway, but we get another campfire over here, which we will use after the next quest to fast travel closer to the Grey Fort, which is the next main quest target we have. But before that, we go a little off track to do a moment's peace, which will net us another ally, which is Aluki. It's Aluki.
Yeah, now this quest you might normally sort of find out about by running into a guy in Meridian who's calling for able-bodied adventurers, preferably those with no friends or family or something like that. And he says there's this weird Banuk area where there's this camp where all these machines are so peaceful and they seem tame and completely complacent, and I want to figure out what's going on there because that could be really valuable.
It's like they've already been overridden.
Yeah.
And he would send us up here, but we don't actually have to talk to him. We can just show up at this camp ourselves and see these machines hanging about.
Yeah. And here we do a little skip basically as well. We go over here, jump up the mountain a bit, and then we discover the campfire, roll back a bit because we can't fast travel there when we are too close, and just fast travel up. We meet some people of the group of Vilgrund here, and we meet even more of his crew, who screwed with an old world relic. We scan it, it's broken, and the village gets attacked. I hope I didn't fast travel.
They've already started attacking.
Keep your distance. Hunters, your
The hunt is back.
So yeah, we have to kill them. It's...
Yeah, I always feel a little bad doing this quest. I would rather just leave them in their peace, but you know, we have to show up and throw a wrench in the works.
Yeah. So I restarted from save here to spawn Tikuk in or get him to his place quicker. And now we fast travel to the campfire we discovered earlier. And that did net us a Luki already.
Even though we didn't talk to her or even meet her.
Yeah. She is just now our ally and she will join us in the battle later. Like I said, now we go on our way to the Grey Fort. And if we didn't get a Sawtooth on our way from Ambush to Maker's End, we would now get a backup Sawtooth, which would be over there somewhere. But since we got one, we don't need it.
That's if I remember, we're gonna see at least one other Banuk later on. But the Banuk are of course really more a part of the Frozen Wilds, the DLC.
Yeah. They are the focus of the DLC as well. So yeah, now we arrived at the Grey Fort. And we will just have to go down the zip line. Go down another zip line. Man, this place is really full with zip lines, right? Afterwards.
seems to be, yes.
So yeah.
I haven't seen one of these since I was a little kid. Must be
Now we have some puzzle to do. Usually you would have to scan that thing over there. But who needs to scan stuff if you know what you're doing?
That makes one.
If you already solved the puzzle, why do you need to get hints for the puzzle? You know?
Well, fortunately, it's the same every time. It's not randomized, so.
Yeah. So yeah. And after we got that, we can just restart from save and it will set us right in front of the door.
Yeah, 3 sets of locks for one door seems a little excessive, actually.
Okay, now we will get the wall run. Is not going as planned. Did it work for Kaito today? Because I know Dorian had some problems as well.
It's a marathon.
Of course. So yeah. And now we will see a map of the world and Silence and Aloy talking about it. But how about they don't?
A map
How about we cut them short by just picking up a power cell?
power cell. I wonder what it's for.
Sounds like a plan.
So yeah. Now I'm gonna blow up the ground right before me. So that I don't die when falling down here. That was bad handling on the Storm Swinger there. But at least I got the Deathbringer down and killed the last 3 soldiers.
That did it. The soldiers long ago. They had to fight hundreds of
Now we are here to watch another hologram, right?
Yeah, so this area, the Grave Court, is U.S. Robot Command, where Liz told Ted that she was on her way here for a meeting with the Joint Chiefs in the last hologram we saw at the tower in Maker's End. This is the part I always actually think is the most unrealistic about the game, is how quickly all of these like world government programs agreed to come together to build Zero Dawn, and I just think IRL there'd be a lot more arguing and delaying, and it wouldn't basically the world would be dead before anything would actually be decided.
Yeah. I will use the time though to loot a bit, especially those sparkers. I don't think I have enough.
Right, because again, you only started with what, 1,800 of them?
Yeah, 1800. And it's always great to do what they can do in Forbidden West anyways. Pick up stuff without the animation. I think I get 12 extra shots by looting all the sparkers here. It's definitely worth it. And now we will see what coils I will get in the Deathbringer.
I bet corruption, because, you know, those suck and we don't use them.
Well, yes, but no. Not the corruption you meant, but I got corruption weed.
Ah, well, pretty close.
Yeah.
The file I'm sending contains the war plan for Operation Enduring Victory. War plan? This is a war crime. It may be ugly, but it's something.
Scary thing is, US Robot Command totally sounds like a real thing. Indeed, indeed. But yeah, we just arrived back here for the end of the hologram.
Plenty of space there. When can you get started?
Hunt and Ka are sharing some banter about the strike run that Ka did earlier today.
Corporate holdings, so extracting them.
Leave that to me. You'll get your
Hunt unfortunately had to miss a calculus class or something ridiculous like that.
But there will be VODs. So you can watch it later.
launch base.
I asked for that as well on the preparation. Since I want to see GeoGuessr, but I wasn't there because of soccer practice.
What was Zero Dawn? Now how?
Now we will fast travel back to Meridian. Very short split.
Missing one of the coolest moments in the game when you can take the roller coaster ride down the cables there at the Horus.
Yep.
But you know, I know it's not speedrun friendly. It's still one of the coolest moments in the game.
Yeah, it's very, very slow. But we have to walk up towards it a bit to actually be able to fast travel out, because before that the game won't let us.
So now we're gonna meet someone, right, for the first time? Well, a couple people actually, but
Greeting.
Yeah.
He's in fault.
All of
importantly,
these people are here to see
Sun
the
King of
sunset.
Odd.
Yes.
We've
and
heard a
we
bit
just come
about.
to ask a favor of him. Unpleasant, but that's politics.
And here's another section that I think is, again, just intentionally to tweak the speedrunners.
Well, we just
Doesn't
had a
matter.
hologram. Why do we have to have a slow walk here?
I'm not here to intrigue you.
Too late.
Well, you don't necessarily have to do these two things back to back.
Yeah, I know. We talked about it earlier when Dorian was running it. I mentioned it as well. We need to do this after ambush and before Borderlands split, basically. Oh, yeah. But we do it now because it fits. And it used to be, when this was still timed RTA, the loads were shorter this way.
What's the Sun King like?
The most important thing is what he isn't.
So yeah, we have to wait till Marat is at that line over there.
Be a reasonable man.
It'll be any day now.
And I'm just gonna craft some ammo, reload my Storm Slinger because I need that next. We're gonna fast travel out of Meridian again and call for our next mount. This is a new mount and we didn't kill our last one. Is that a premiere?
It's a new world record. Hunt would like to note that politicians always have our best interests at heart, especially the American ones.
Of course, Hunt. So, yeah, now we make our way over. Usually you would go all the way to the Eclipse base, but we take a little detour. Because we still need some trophies for Talana.
Right.
We
So
still
we
need
need-
2 sorties and 1 stalker.
Mm-hmm.
And lucky for us, there are 2 sorties always spawning in and a stalker site very close by to the pathway to Eclipse base.
You know, I don't think we said it in this run, but part of the reason we're doing this, or you wanted to run this, is because it's not officially a category extension yet. So you're kind of hoping that perhaps by showing off this run and showing how it's kind of, you know, if you already know New Game Plus, why not add something a little bit more to it?
Yeah.
And maybe get a few more runs so it can become an official category extension run.
Yeah. Exactly. I know Kiter did one of these runs before, but I don't think he has his footage of it online. While I just grab another campfire after killing those sortie.
Mm-hmm.
Keep quiet now.
Damn it.
I
I have to check.
believe else saying for that is no vid, no did.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm saying, like, I don't think he has his footage online. Wrong ravine. Damn it. There are more sorties in there. I don't want more sorties, I want stalkers. I always get lost here. But I got the campfire I needed, but went to the wrong ravine, basically. I went to a sawtooth ravine and not to a stalker ravine. Wait, there's another sawtooth. Now I am confused. This is where it always gets me, where I doubt myself. But this is familiar. Now we only have to be stalkered.
Well, you just discovered a stalker site, so presumably there's one here somewhere.
Oh yeah. Up there. Shoot him, and then we fast travel to Meridian, but campfire because it's faster to go to Talana and the hunting lodge from the campfire.
Subtle difference there, in case you didn't know, or thought you only could fast travel to campfires. You can actually fast travel to the settlement icons as well.
Yeah, you saw me fast travel to the settlement when I first arrived here and when we went to the Sun King.
Yeah, that takes you like kind of just over the bridge as you get into Meridian, whereas taking the fire gets you kind of along the side, and that sort of route going up and down the stairs is the fastest way to get to this side where the Hunter's Lodge is.
Yeah, I think I timed it and it was like 5 seconds each time you go to the Hunter's Lodge. I think we go here
Like 4 times.
4 times, yes, but one time it's together with meeting the mom, and one time it's together with the Derval quest line at the very end.
Mm-hmm.
So those are kind of, we don't have to count these, but we get there only for the Hunter's Lodge twice. Yeah, hi Talana,
Actually,
bye
5.
Talana, and hi Talana again.
Time you showed up. More Glen Hawks incoming.
So, yeah.
So we presented all of our trophies, and Talana said, okay, I want you to come help me. This woman is from this little settlement, and this is a campfire we went out of our way to get earlier, on our way to Meridian, because we knew we'd be coming here to kill these Glen Hawks.
Yeah, and somehow they all survived with like very low bits of HP. But we got all the Glinthawks. One is actually laying where the talking supposed to happen. I hope that doesn't screw up the passing of them.
That seems to. I'll watch. You don't.
And basically those Glinthawks attacks because there's something nearby that's alluring them. So we follow a track that is focused, traced with our focus. Can trace it with our focus. And we get over here. Where's the second Glinthawk? Thank you.
My focus is picking up some kind of signal.
Where there are 2 Glinthawks waiting. And why are they waiting here? There are a lot of Snapmaw carcasses.
It's a little bizarre, and also kind of creepy, frankly.
Yeah.
Yes, and Nem mentions how Glinthawks are everybody's favorite machine. Yes, Glinthawks are particularly annoying in Zero Dawn, or they always seem so to me.
It's a cheat.
Obviously, Scar and his trusty Storm Slinger make quick work of them.
Dispatch if some more in the front. So yeah. Now we find these people here.
I'm so
And they threaten us. And then we just Storm Slinger. And Talana supervised us. And now we have to get back
and is
to her.
proud of our work.
Then we have to get back here.
I feel I'd have to note, though, I know you said it's faster to kill them there. You could just have the part they need in inventory and give it to them. You said the dialogue is slower. I just always make sure I have that.
Yeah.
They need one more Snap Maw heart.
I actually didn't. Right. Well, for me it's faster because I don't have the Snapmaw heart. That's what I was trying to say yesterday. It might actually be faster to have a Snapmaw heart inventory. It probably is. It's like dialogue and then cutscene.
Yes, indeed. Aloy is choosing violence. I would agree. So now we're back here once more.
To the this.
And Aziz is none too pleased that Solana is officially sponsoring Aloy. Solana is still not satisfied because now she wants us to go out and kill a Thunderjaw and a Stormbird, the 2 toughest machines in the base game, and bring back their trophies.
Yeah, but before we do that, we just gonna crash some focus network.
Sure, sounds fun.
Yeah. On our way, we grab another campfire. which we will use later to fast travel again. Gets the drill by now with the campfires.
Yeah.
Then we cross over this little small river, and then we are headed to Eclipse Base.
Trees are getting dense and tangled.
Ooh, nice amount actually, or is the charger actually aggroed? Because I really don't like the conversation of Silence and Aloy here. It always kind of annoys me, that's why I'm happy I got the aggro there.
There's this little random merchant too along the road in case you need to stock up on healing potions before this event.
So yeah. Now we do just as NG Plus speedrun does it. Eclipse Base, nothing special here.
All right, what now?
Wait, that's what?
For recording purposes, did you actually aggro that mount, or you can just leave that one behind without killing it?
Huh? I left it behind without killing it because I restarted from save, and on PC the mount didn't get teleported. On console it would have gotten teleported and I would have just gotten off it, so I would have never killed it. Except if it had annoyed me. Which this one luckily didn't.
It's a Steve style mount.
So
So
now,
again, this is an area that you could take with a lot of stealth and
The ground here looks
care,
torn up.
or you could just, you know, rush through it like a crazy person.
yeah, I kind of skipped over the first part. We use a small vine to climb up, where the murder chicken was, like Craig uses, likes to call it.
See it.
Then we jump up and over the gate where Aloy says, "Gate's barred, no getting past that." While we are already over it and rushing towards the tall neck, which Silent tells us to climb. And then there were some story cutscenes, but I'll let you talk about them if you want to.
Oh, sure.
While I escape from all this rubble.
Yeah. No, you
think
focus
I'm
on
doing?
the
Taking a
escape.
nap?
We're here because in order to investigate where we've learned Project Zero Dawn's headquarters was, we have to destroy the Eclipse's focus network, which was housed in that tall neck. And a couple of cutscenes showed us that this entity that I guess Olin first told us about, called Hades, was also here, and you know, it
Bridge in
wants to
sight.
kill Aloy.
That's the
We
way out.
don't really know why at this point, just that it wants to. And it's probably responsible for all those killers being sent initially. So, a daring escape has been made, and there was also a cutscene skip there with Silence, where Aloy kind of says, you know, you risked your life, you sent me to him, you didn't tell me what was going on. And Silence basically doesn't give a crap.
Yeah.
You know, he's just after the knowledge and the information. He doesn't care who gets hurt or injured or killed along the way.
Yeah. And during that escape, I also skipped a bit of road that was like going around the corner, but it's way easier to just jump over some small gap and just don't have to go around the corner. So, after we crash that focus network, we are tasked to go to Sunfall and do some stuff there, according to Silence. But how about we go to prison?
Prison?
Yeah,
Well, you are
prison.
kind of a troublemaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, so way down in the southern edge of the map is this area that's a Karja prison.
Yeah.
Sunstone Rock. We were talking about this the other day. Do you remember how you first found out this was down here?
Sorry, I'm...
It's okay. No, you focus on your game. I didn't mean to distract you. There's a couple of ways you might learn about this. I mean, obviously, if you're playing with a guide or you're trying to figure all this out, you might find it on a map. If we have met Nil, he mentions Sunstone Rock to us. But the way I kind of think most players find it, the way I know I found it, is that there's a vista point super close by. And when you are finding that vista point, this encounter starts to happen. Which is there are two behemoths outside the prison attacking. There are some people running away.
Don't know how they got it.
Of course, once again, Scar has made pretty short work of them. And now we're going to talk to the prison warden, whose name is Geneva. And this is another All Allies quest.
Yep, exactly. And since I always get lost here on my way to the first one, I actually selected the quest real quick. So yeah, the first one we do is Rasgrund. He's a maniac. He builds a machine lure that got the behemoth there. And he's in this little ravine with his bombs. Don't fall down.
Yeah, this area is a little tough to navigate, and it's partially because it's sort of, I guess you would say like a spiral climb, like there are multiple layers to it, and it's a little tough to figure out where you're supposed to go.
Yeah. If I didn't get that lower ledge grab of Aloy there, I would actually be very close to him already, and then he would just teleport away. But that way I was a bit behind him. I skipped some parts, jumped over like I said, and made it. And now we just climb up to him again, before after swimming through the water.
I see a few people agreeing with me in chat that they either found the prison because they were looking for that vantage point, or Dorian even says he thinks that vantage point is just there to get people to get close enough to Sunstone Rock. Yeah, that's kind of what I always thought as well. Because I remember when I was first looking for it, again, early days playing this game, you can't help but see that there's an event of some sort going on there. All right, so we took care of our first guy. Right? So 3 people escaped from prison, and Geneva sent us after them. And Aloy kind of says, I'm not really a hired killer or bounty hunter. And Geneva's like, look, I don't really care if they come back or not. I just can't have them out there, you know? So she's not particularly concerned if they meet their end. And fair point, Rasgrund was not, really not our responsibility. He blew himself up because he was trying to kill us. So, now this is the only bandit camp we see in this run, because the second prisoner we're going to try to find is called Yulia, and Geneva gave us the clue that he's probably hanging out.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it seems that you can't just kill her, because, you know, there's a whole bandit camp worth of bandits here.
Do you also want to talk about the tribe she's from?
Yes, thank you for reminding me, Scar. So Yulia is our first encounter with a tribe who we will become much more familiar with. In Forbidden West, she is a Tanakh. And I think, is this the only place we see the Tanakh in Zero Dawn?
I believe so, yes.
Maybe there's something in a data point or something along the way, but... So, you gotta think that the devs that had some sense of...
Oh, I didn't come out. Yeah. Sorry.
Damn, not killing my mount.
No, I was supposed to call it and not get on it. Yeah, definitely practicing all bandit camps. But I can't be Azrek, why can't I mount my charger?
Well, you just insulted it. Maybe you heard it too.
I actually have to kill it now. And
Dorian notes that you're practicing the bandit camp runs. Wyndham also tells us that Tanakh probably show up in a couple of data points.
yeah, I meant like meeting one of them. I couldn't get on the other mount, so I actually just fast traveled out. And I don't like this. I can't get on this mount either. Why can't I get on mounts? This is very strange. Now I can get on mounts. Reset from save saved me. Okay. Usually you want to, after a bandit camp, call your mount, and it is right next to you when you finish the bandit camp. It's very strange that I wasn't able to get on my mount, because you are able to get on your mount in where bandit camps were before. But it seemed to be some kind of bug with the game, since I wasn't able to get on one even after fast traveling. So the restart from save fixed it.
This must be the sun's climb.
Greedy has pointed out in chat that we should add that to another. That was another never seen that before in the marathon.
Indeed.
I think that takes us up to 7. Wolfie said 6 before.
Maybe he was talking about the mounts, but I think I killed more mounts.
No, the sort of the weird mount behavior there, as I've never seen that before.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So
Yeah, oh, go ahead.
The way we're trying to so smoothly drive up is to get us to the Honor the Fallen. Another part of the Honor the Fallen quest, which I see you selected. So there were 2 more people we had to help. One, we have to kill these Glinthawks hanging around, and again, we never really mind killing Glinthawks because they suck.
Yeah, and he didn't spawn, so I have to restart.
It's good to be free of the city.
I think you're just too quick.
Yeah. So yeah, this Banuk wants to paint his mark. So we have to get rid of the Glinthawks so he can paint his mark.
You were, yeah, that the mission.
As a tribute to a friend who has passed.
Yeah.
You have my.
I should say one of the things I love about the Horizon games is the costumes, especially the headpieces. And some of the Banuk have some of the most fun, most wacky headpieces.
Yeah.
The wackier the better, in my opinion.
Yeah. So now we get to another part of Honor the Fallen, which
This
is
is where the Italians.
the last part actually,
Yeah.
which is
And
killing
here we're
these
gonna
2
meet-
Snapmaws.
Here we are again. Where
Ah.
we were left.
Yesterday I
Snowballs
got
are a lot
such...
tougher than that made it look. But we're also going to meet another character here from a tribe that's more familiar from the Forbidden West. And she is Utaro, Zoe's tribe.
Yep, exactly. Oh. So after Honor the Fallen, that was all for Honor the Fallen that we had to do. We are on our way to do a part for Lana's questline. We started another errand for her named Deadliest Game, like mentioned before, where we have to kill a Stormbird and a Thunderjaw. And I just killed the Stormbird.
Sugar in chat is giving me grief about the headpieces because when he was when he was playing Forbidden West, I kept trying to get him to wear the armor with like the super wacky headpieces, and he kept turning off the headgear. I said, "No, that's part of the fun of the game. You have to leave it on."
So yeah, we made very quick work of the Stormbird, and we are now on our way to Zero Dawn, aka Sunfall. right? Where Silence
Just
tasked
done.
us to go.
That's the name of the game.
Yeah, I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. Here? What's
Yes.
what is that poll about?
Sunfall.
Assuming we have crashed focus network, which Silence actually admits he's not 100% sure works. We should be able to go in here
They have no idea what lies beneath.
without getting
We will learn
noticed.
much from this Aloy.
Without them noticing that we are the threat they are searching for, basically.
Yes.
The Sun Ring. A proud tradition. Now we get to see if your attack on their focus network was
Like right here. Was it successful? Maybe.
Welcome to the Citadel, Aloy. I'll check back with you in a moment.
If you want to hear about today's bounties, head for the throne room. You're not going to make any shards.
And again,
by
we are
standing
speeding
out
through
here.
quite a few lore bits from the story, like seeing the sun ring from on high, which is the where the Mad King would put people to fight with each other.
Balustrade.
And in the cutscene we just skipped over, we learned that there is a
Here before.
bounty on a
Obviously.
former guardsman
Now,
who
it's very
the priest
important
here
that you
tells
hear
us
what I'm about to say.
has gone sort of crooked.
I've shown
And
you the way in,
another
this
mysterious
humble vent marks the
person,
point
not
of no
Silence
return.
this time, approached
Before you
Aloy
descend
and
to the
said, I want to
depths
talk
here,
to you
you should be
outside.
fully committed,
And
equipped,
Aloy
and
kind of said,
focused.
I'm a little
No
busy,
distractions.
but we'll come
If you
back
have
in and say
errands
hi to
to
her
run, do
later.
them first or hold your
Indeed.
peace. I won't tolerate whining. Is that clear?
You'll tolerate what I give you, Silence.
Okay, I
I'm
have,
asking you along for the ride.
apparently my love for headgear in this game is now, Dorian started a poll in chat. Everybody vote that headgear is awesome and you should wear it.
Yeah. I didn't have the poll open, that's why I asked what it was for.
Found it.
But I actually checked, and I am having my headgear on, and 5 people, 56% agree.
A holographic theater.
Oh,
It's not a big headgear here, but it's a headgear.
yeah.
That doesn't make sense. Life on Earth didn't cease to exist.
Wyndham asserts that was a landslide victory.
But it
I'm
was.
just thinking-
Isn't that
I just think it's
4v5?
Somehow Elizabeth saved us.
4 people voting
I've gotta
off,
keep looking.
5 people voting
Wonder how
on.
she did it.
That's how the percentages work there.
Castrils. They got in. Through the vents.
You know what? I didn't look
nothing
at it
I can
in
pass
that
them.
much depth. I just saw
Spread
that,
out.
that it was a victory
If
for the
it's
side
not
I was
kill
on,
it.
so I was
What is
happy.
this place?
So now we are in the mysterious Zero Dawn,
So,
and we are rushing through a couple of hologram cutscenes that basically explain to us what the heck has been going on this whole time.
Yeah.
The Pharaoh
Intruder!
plague
Get her! Get over
had
here!
quote unquote keepers, killer robots,
Is there another route?
killer machines are destroying the world, and
need to find the right.
Liz's plan is not to really save the current humanity because it's just not possible logistically, but to create all the software, hardware needed to respawn the Earth after the AIs are able to generate the code
That did it.
to shut down Pharaoh's
Should
machines.
have power.
Yeah.
What lies beyond it?
I just did the puzzle over there, picked the piece up through the ground, as we all do, and now I am on Zero Dawn skip, getting up fairly quick and getting over, nice. That went way better than in my last practice run, so I'm happy about this. Oh, bonked my head. Okay,
I just want to mention real quick the thing you just did where you were doing the puzzle down there was something you said is a difference between playing on PC and console.
yes.
Because on console you have to kill those guys, where on PC, once you sneak past them and get down there, they'll come like they're gonna attack you, but they don't actually they can kind of get in your way, but they're not actually shooting those
Well,
fire spitters or whatever they're
they are shooting it. They are attacking you, but you are invincible during the turning of the hologram pieces.
okay.
So and even if they were able to damage us, it's story difficulty, so they wouldn't be able to kill.
Yes, and you're wearing your shield weaver.
Yeah.
Okay, so part of the reason we had to go down to Zero Dawn was to try to get some code, basically, this alpha registry, that we need to get into All Mother back in Noraland. But in another cutscene we skipped,
We got caught.
yeah, Helios throws a bomb at Aloy. It's not very nice of him. And there was a whole bunch of sort of pacifism and aggressive dialogue there. But you did that skip to get out of Zero Dawn.
Yeah. A, it's faster, and B, if we leave those soldiers alive at the bottom there, the three in the room where I did the first climb on that pole, we trick the game. If this was my active quest, you would see on the top left that it still says something like kill the Eclipse soldiers. But we are in the Sun Ring already, so it should say kill the behemoths or survive or something like that. But it doesn't. So we trick the game into thinking we are still in that mission, and that is important because A, during that cutscene this was still up even though it fell down, and second, we are now still able to fast travel into Noraland. Because if we I lost my words. If we
hadn't done that, we wouldn't be able to fast travel nearly as quickly to our next destination.
Yeah, because
we are prevented from doing so.
Yeah, because the Eclipse are now attacking the Noraland. So yeah. And now pray for no crash, by the way. So yesterday I did a practice run, and on this fast travel I had an loading screen. Screwed up so many things. But I hope it doesn't. It looks good.
That's not gonna happen today.
It looks good. So, yeah. And now to let the game catch back up, we have to restart from save here. And now the Eclipse are attacking Nora. And are already in here. Actually, a different side effect of that skip is that the doors are closed. I just realized that because yesterday I was able to roll through the doors. So yeah, just getting through here and then fighting a Thunderjaw. Please remind me to loot it. So yeah.
I just want to say, Nemeth in chat has said this game is 6 years old and the cutscene animations are still better than Hogwarts Legacy. So, nice.
Finish them!
Yeah, so
Got him over here.
Gillis sent his bad guys ahead to kill all the Nora because he wanted to get Aloy and assume that this is where she would be. He didn't know she was going to Zero Dawn. And we have to loot this Thunderjaw. You can kind of see it popping up there because we need a trophy for Talana.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I can also change my outfit. Now, since basically the Eclipse got their focus network back up and running, I can't just barge in there anymore like I did the first time I went there. So that's why I now have to wear a disguise.
Silence was kind enough to provide us with a really, really effective disguise.
I see you're inside.
Figured I might be here.
Which honestly, okay, guys, for those of you who are anti-headwear,
I never stopped.
what would be the point of this disguise without headwear?
But yeah, right now we don't have our shield weaver on, but that doesn't matter because we are not engaging in combat.
Greetings, Dr. Sobek. You are cleared to proceed. Welcome to the Lyceum.
So, what was this place exactly?
So this is the mysterious All Mother Mountain. Aloy got the corrected alpha registry in Zero Dawn. So the goddess of the mountain, the AI, has recognized her.
Identiscan malfunction rectified. Elufia 9.
This guy is dying plea. We learn that some strange, unheard of, ever before signal attacked the Earth, awoken and aggravated the machines. Again, something we'll learn more about in Forbidden West.
Mother spoke to her. It's true.
Indeed.
And in order to... Part of Gaia's solution for that was to create a clone of Elizabeth Sobek. And that's how Aloy finds out the truth about her birth, although Silence kind of made some snotty remarks about it earlier.
Yeah.
So why are we headed back to Sunfall now?
We are doing Gambit percent. So yeah, basically there is a quest line of Traitor's Bounty and Queen's Gambit, which we just initiated by talking to Vanasha there. And there's also a category extension called Gambit percent that is focused around these two quests. Where's my mount? Even worse than yesterday. Oh, wait, I wanted to go that way.
Ooh, there was something kind of scary looking off there on the right. I hope we don't have to fight whatever the heck that was.
Ah, we won't. Why would we?
Don't know. Hunt is arguing with me in chat that you can still see Aloy's bright red hair. Yes, Hunt, that's my entire point about how effective Silence's disguise is. But at least with the headgear on, it's kind of like, you know, the Batman thing, or the Clark Kent Superman thing. You know,
just a just some glasses. Gonna change the whole thing. And these are basically glasses, right? They are kind of shaped like them. Oh, by the way, Viola, some work for you.
yes.
Where am I jumping?
Ugh.
Wait, where am I? I'm confused right now. Oh, I had to jump up even further. I did this just yesterday and still mess up, like, where I need to go.
Yeah, so once again, Scar is not quite following the intended route. He's taking a shortcut.
Because climbing with the handholds is slow.
It is.
Food scraps.
But yeah, we killed our mount down there to be able to call a new one up here.
I've got to catch up.
Because it's faster.
Oh.
Imagine knowing the route.
Yeah.
Historian.
Yeah. Imagine. Yeah. And we just put on the Shield Reaver outfit again because we want to do some storm slingering. You can do this without it, but it's a bit more risky.
Everything useful has been stripped.
I couldn't reload it? I thought I could reload it. Like, I can aim my storm slinger right now, but can't reload it. Okay.
You don't have many shots.
So now we just had to fight some Glinthawks. We are still on track to find Usid, who Vanasha told us to find, basically.
Right, and Vanasha was the mysterious stranger we met in the cutscene in the throne room.
Which we skipped.
And Usid is a former guard.
Yeah.
We're going to meet here. If you're not speedrunning, Usid has a bunch of supplies stocked up there, and the smart thing to do is to raid all the supplies that are fully stocked up on ammo before you talk to him, because once you talk to him, there's a pretty quick timer.
Whew. Sorry, that was very, very quick. That was very, very quick.
Yes, you're amazing.
And even Usid was quick. So, yeah. Basically, Usid is being hunted right now, and we help him survive and kill his pursuers. Oh, that one definitely went where I wanted it to go.
Yes, you're shooting some. What are those? The proximity bombs, right?
Yeah.
To get the people, get the enemies as they spawn in. In that throne room scene in Sunfall, you can actually talk to it's not like every single person, but like the captain of each of these guards. And hey, they're bounty hunters. They're not necessarily evil, enemies by themselves, but they're trying to do a job, and unfortunately, the person who sent them on this job is the evil priest.
Yeah. Right now we wait for 7 people to jump the zipline and die. We are currently at 4. Is that one?
I like how you phrase that, to jump the zipline and die.
Well, don't they do that? Was that now 5 or 6? It was 5, right? That is 6. No, that sounds like it was already 7th. Because it's not. Oh no. No, it's the 7th. Okay. We killed 7 guys up there, and now 2 more will spawn.
Snow haze. White as bone. That's the last of the marvels.
Bahavas thought he had enough fodder to keep him safe. Now there's hope for justice.
So yeah, we said earlier with Varl, we are gonna see this cutscene some more. So here it is again.
Appreciate it. This is the last chance.
Is it?
This won't be easy. Bahavas still have
When you get it, it's gonna come very soon. You probably forgot about that one. But yeah, now we go to where Bahavas is supposed to be. And we have to kill some more people. And then we are now ready to face Bahavas himself. Once we see the cutscene once more. So this was basically the first part of Gambit Present, the Traitor's Bounty quest. And we will get a new quest called... actually called Queen's... something else with Gambit. I think it's called Queen's Gambit. Yeah. Just like the show on Netflix, that's how we got the idea for this meme run as well.
That's a little different. A couple of guys and a few watchers, though, right?
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Totally not a whole ass corrupted Thunderjaw. Oh, I got him! I got him! I got him!
Nice.
I hope that restart wasn't 30. Can you just quickly write in chat? Meanwhile, I will pause here. Oh, we are back. Nice. So yeah. We killed another Thunderjaw.
Okay.
Yeah. But there were people saying stream died. Anyway, it's fine. So yeah, we killed the Thunderjaw and now are on our way with Vanasha, Rito, what was his name?
Quadiv.
Yeah. With him, a guard from the Karja, and as well as Idamine and his mother, over to Bright Market. We broke them free.
Right? And by doing this, we have finished another All Allies quest, and Uthid and Vanasha will show up to help us at the end.
Yeah, exactly. And now, when looking... Oh yeah, we have basically 2 more where we have to do stuff and 2 more where we just have to say, hey, here you go, I did the thing. Oh no, wait, we have 1 more. So like 3 and 1. Yeah, I said I accidentally skipped over 1. Jaywood, I want a new category as well called True Apps %, which is being in this cutscene with the apps outfit on, the Karja Blazon on. I would call it True Apps %, but I don't think I will ever do it, to be fair, because of the apps RNG.
An awful lot of work for a silly meme. And I'm sorry, but I will forever assert that armor that leaves half of your torso uncovered is entirely impractical.
Indeed.
As is your mother, she will not be harmed. You have my word. The law of the sun.
Come on, how awesome is that headgear on that kid?
It seems I see
It's
your
so
influence
fun.
everywhere. You've done so much for the Sundom, and it will always be appreciated. You have my thanks.
It's even bigger than the one
May
the
you walk in the
king
light.
has.
Appalling.
So yeah, that was a nice, like, nearly 3-minute cutscene.
And the redhead gets all the credit?
And now we are in Bright Market.
You'll be lucky if I let you live.
Which is
Jaywood.
convenient because we have some business to take care of here.
Exactly.
I promise.
So yeah.
Someone is, Nim is offended by my logic. Sorry. Can't help it sometimes.
So yeah. Okay. First thing we do here is talk to this guy. He says, "Hey, where is my daughter?"
My daughter is missing. I think I will stand here and look at this shallow river to see if that helps me locate her.
Yeah. Then we go in here because maybe Gavan is here. That guy was like, no. Definitely not suspicious. And then we find some handcuffs.
Yeah, this is the last of the escaped prisoners from Sunstone Rock.
Then the dad told us, hey, my daughter liked to hang out here in the garden. We have to investigate the power pedals to be able to follow them. Usually you would use your focus, but if you know where they lead, you can just skip that part.
And as is the case in several other parts of the game, there are a few other things you could investigate there, but as long as you find that one, you're good. You can proceed with the quest.
Yeah. One was during the Noah quest line where we only investigated bandages, and then we were able to follow the blood trail.
Right, and then also when we're searching for Ursa, Aaron's sister, there's a few different things you can find there, but you only need to find one of them before you proceed.
So now sadly there is a very slow part of the run, because there is no better way to get across except swim. And swimming is slow. So basically, we followed the flower petals, and then there was here, and the boat that should be there was missing. So we figured, hey, maybe she took the boat over to that island, and now we are swimming to that island.
Makes sense.
So after a nice swim, we find the boat, we find the snapmaw, and we see her up there. Usually you would think, hey, okay, let's speak to her. But no, we investigate first.
And again, there's a few things you can investigate, but there's only one that actually matters.
Yep, exactly. After investigating, we can talk to her again. And that's what we need to investigate for, so we don't have to ping pong back between her and the bats over there. But basically she says, hey, I love a shadow carja and we used to meet here. And he sends a signal but isn't coming. Please go look. And there's the signal.
And she agrees she'll go back back to her father.
Yeah.
And wait.
By the way, you see what Craig wrote? Indeed, Craig. Indeed.
Can't take you anywhere.
It's nearly 3 AM for me right now, for the Europe people, so it's fine, right? It's fine.
It is. It is wacky, though. I mean, we all know you don't sleep, that you're like, yeah, sure, I'll start a run at 1 AM, midnight. It's all good.
Looks like some sort of scuffle, ending with someone being
So, yeah.
dragged away.
You could investigate this there, I think, down there, stuff, or scan some stuff, but
right, the fire that was like the signal fire.
Yeah. But we hear someone screaming up here, and they ask the guy, who were you signaling? And that's why they have to die. Because we want to see that guy alive. But like all the people we reach, they die magically once we arrive.
Like Aloy is the Grim Reaper or something.
Yeah. Same with A Moment's Peace. The village was so nice, and then Aloy arrived. So yeah.
Oh. Dramatic death as soon as Aloy shows up.
Yeah, indeed. So yeah. He dies, we go back and tell the girl. Very sad. Very sad. Oh. I am so used to fast traveling to Meridian that I accidentally fast traveled to Meridian instead of Bright Market. So we are supposed to fast travel to Bright Market Campfire because it's closer to the garden of her, where she's now mourning because she didn't come.
And it does get kind of dark here, because she basically kind of says, yeah, I don't want to live in a world without him.
Yeah. And to finish it all off, we quickly have to talk to her dad. Tell him, hey, look out for her. And now she joins us in the battle. Right?
You know, don't keep ignoring her and just staring in the river, like, help her. There are several other quests here in Bright Market, but we don't need those for the All Allies Joined run, so just if you happen to be noticing, there's some exclamation points we're running past.
Yep.
And again, we could be following a trail here, but we don't need to. Scar knows where he's going. And this is to find the last prisoner for Geneva.
Yeah, Gabon.
BitRage says the group was peaceful until Aloy took part. Well, I don't think that was really Aloy's fault. Well, it's not her fault, but certainly her being there was, yeah, stuff happened. I don't know what to say. All right, so now we're going to go back and report that we did track down all the prisoners, right?
Yes, indeed.
That's smart.
And now Geneva joins us. And now we have to go to Meridian.
Somebody timed Nemeth out. He thinks Ted Faro did nothing wrong.
So yeah, now we want to turn in our deadliest game quest, errand. So we basically want to show off to Talana, hey, we got some trophies for you. But by talking to Ligan, we find out that they both, Thies and Talana, rushed off.
Yeah.
To kill a very notorious machine called Redmaw, who has been killing hunters for quite some time. Even the mentor of Talana. So we are now like,
unlikely, but...
yeah, we are now like, oh, this isn't good. They might both die trying to take down that machine. Better go look for them.
Thank you, Dorian. Dorian actually did it.
So yeah. And this whole conflict with Thies and Talana is basically whoever brings in the biggest kill, and Redmaw is the biggest kill on the whole wide world for them right now, would be the leader of the Hunter's Lodge, which is currently Thies. And Talana is threatening to take that from him. He's a bit not happy about it and tries to not give away his power with everything he has. Even if it's resorting to calling bounty hunters on Talana. You didn't die. Where's Talana? Oh, over there. Oh, on, can you get away there? Yeah.
He's helping.
Thank you. Where he's got.
Yeah, it's helping, but it might have blocked Talana. That's why I called it away.
He doesn't want to share credit for the kill with his thrush.
So yeah, now we have to follow Talana a bit. We can't go too far ahead, and we have to wait for her to say basically, hey, I don't know where Redmaw went from here on out. But there's an obvious way that Redmaw went. Usually you would have to follow it with your focus. But
some of the cart tracks we followed before, it's pretty obvious where he went.
Yeah. So yeah, you see the crest should update very soon. Yeah, there it is. And she doesn't see that Redmaw ripped out all of these trees.
There he is. Redmaw.
So yeah, Redmaw. We make quick work of it. Then have to talk to Talana at the machine.
By this hell, we made
and then we see Thies over here, lying over here. He was just alive. And now he isn't anymore. So yeah, that was Redmaw.
Although he did, we skipped the cutscene, but he did get whacked pretty hard with a Thunderjaw tail, so I don't think that one's on us.
Okay. So yeah. And now it's more main story quest time.
Okay.
Actually now we only have main story till the very end, because we got all our allies except 2. But those 2 is only we have to talk to them, and then they will join us in the battle. So from here on out, it's basically a new game plus run. We are currently making our way over to Borderlands quest line, where we have to go to Pitchcliff first to meet up with Murad's agent.
And this is the Aaron searching for what happened to Ursa part of the story.
Yes, indeed. So, the faster way to Pitchcliff would be over there on the other side of the river. But we want to get a campfire on our way there. So that's why we go over the river. It's basically the same time as staying on the other side of the river.
Gotta be.
But I like this more because then I don't have to turn my mount around and just go and follow a pathway. Making my way down. Our way downtown. Exactly, Jaywind.
I'm not far from Pitchcliff. Murad's set to look for his
So,
agent in the town.
yeah.
Pitchcliff isn't far. Murad's agent is waiting in the town marketplace.
Aloy already mentioning Pitchcliff twice. And over here there is the campfire we want to fast travel to afterwards, because if we don't get this campfire, we will get a dialogue of Aloy because of a Glinthawk attack on Pitchcliff, and we won't be able to call a mount. Not being able to call a mount costs time because we are faster on a mount.
Obviously.
Yeah. But very close to Pitchcliff now. They're just crossing little river, running up the mountain, and restarting from safe.
This must be Pitchcliff. Murad's agent should be at the
So
marketplace by now.
then make our way over to the marketplace. Jump up this wall. There's some geometry that is find his dad. Skips a cutscene where we read the map he wrote with his own blood.
Oh, and Aaron should be there someplace, but I think you skipped over.
Yeah.
You skipped so fast we didn't even see him.
Yeah, I always forget that he's here as well because it is immediately. So yeah, now we make our way to over to where he pointed us with the map.
They've spotted me.
We got some murder chickens in the way.
So tedious.
Indeed.
Ravengers shooting at us.
Yeah.
There's some snap maws on this road.
Were there? I think the murder chickens replaced them because it's nighttime.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, there's the possibility of snap maws.
Yeah. The mount not cooperating and getting stuck on every single bit of stone. And yeah. Now we are at Dervol's camp. And we have to kill his goons.
Go to talk to Aaron there. Implied that we're going to use stealth to kind of make our way ahead. I guess those first couple shots are a little stealthy,
but then
the speed
power off the Stormslinger.
Yeah.
Did I miss one? I don't think so. Ooh, thanks for lining up. People are nice. Yeah, I got all of them. I load a triple arrow for the guy over here.
Ursa must be in there. We have to get through.
So we get some nice earbuds to stop this damn music that Dervol is playing over here. And then we find Ursa. Read about some crafting stuff. And talk to Aaron. Then we fast travel to the campfire we saw earlier. Oh, it's cuffed earlier. and call a mount here.
Mm-hmm.
And that was very quickly Borderlands. As you can see, completed main quest.
Nicely done. So that well, it doesn't complete, but it takes us along another step of the main quest on the Errand / Ursa part of the quest.
Yes.
But now we are going to go to another really important location, Gaia Prime.
Indeed.
We learned about this in All Mother Mountain.
Obviously, we have to go and investigate.
Yes.
But here we will see why Aloy is the goat.
in many different ways, actually.
But she's also casually ignoring someone's call for help. And my mount doesn't want to jump over because I wasn't at the right spot. Thank you for jumping over now. So yeah, we are coming up at Gaia Prime, and usually there is a climbing path.
Ferocious machines prowl every
Yeah,
step of the
silence
climb.
talking. That there are machines,
Not corrupted, but they will not tolerate humans.
but
So what else is
oh,
new?
But
wait,
we wouldn't want to start doing something insane like taking the intended route now.
yeah, or fight machines. Why would we fight machines? Game about
Well, I guess if we can help it. Fighting machines?
I don't like fighting machines, especially those pesky stalkers. They are invisible. Why would I want to fight them? Right?
They were pretty scary at first.
Yeah,
They were so fast
and they hide and all that. So we're just gonna climb up the mountain, like I said, like a goat. So that way we don't have to deal with them. It says we are leaving the play area, but I don't think so. This is perfectly in bounds.
Yeah, I think maybe Kiter and Elk were talking about this during Kiter's run earlier today, that you skip over a couple of machine areas, as well as the cutscene that spawns a Stormbird up here. So it allows us to go past a number of enemies that otherwise we would
have to go,
fight.
yeah, fight or just speed through them.
Speed past.
So yeah, basically the Stormbird would be patrolling here, but it never spawned in. So we kill the Stormbird by not killing it. And we get over to this very beautiful shot of Gaia Prime. With the this is a set time of day here, so it's always the sun shining through here, and I think it's just beautiful.
You made a climbing
It
path
is.
for me, but left an army of machines for me to deal with?
Since when were machines any obstacle for you?
So yeah, and then we climb here,
Fly wouldn't have bothered with the climbing.
do some optimization here by dodging more climbing handholds and jumping over here and onto this little pile of snow, and then onto the ladder, because like I said, climbing handholds is slow.
This is
So if we can
exactly
just
the kind of
jump up, that's what we want to do.
Mhm. And here we discover Silence has a workshop, because this is the kind of place, as Aloy says, you'd expect to see Silence hanging out.
And there we saw the power of the shield weaver. We were just able to yeet ourselves down there without taking any damage on the first one. Damn it! I was too far to the left, and she grabbed the zip line. Usually you want to dodge the zip line because it's faster to just jump over this gap instead of having to climb it like that.
Yes.
But sadly she grabbed the zip line. magnetized to it.
Okay.
Glad that's over.
Yeah, here we can do some small optimization as well with jumping in there and jumping on that little piece of geometry before we grab onto the next handhold.
What's left of it? Once this was all enclosed.
And we make our way further down. And then there is some story bits. Do you want to go over the story bits with years?
Sure. So this area, Gaia Prime, is where Elizabeth Sobek came with some of the other people we saw or heard mention of briefly in Zero Dawn. And
How slow?
they came here to do the final preparations to program Gaia, to prepare for the future. Now, there's probably pretty much everybody knows by now. Again, this was discussed earlier today. There are a couple of hologram scenes that play here. The first one, Scar just started there.
It's so good.
And well, Kiter and Elk were talking about this earlier today, is what I was thinking. And now you're taking this backward route, again, not quite as intended, while the hologram plays. Because this hologram is a couple minutes long. It's got to play either way, and you're kind of just meant to sit there. There's like a box you can find. You can sneak around and get a little bit of loot in there. That's what I had always done prior to learning about this.
Yeah. Did you ever do the skip?
Okay, no, technically. I've tried, and it's been a while since I played Zero Dawn. I do have a little bit of trouble with this kind of movement. I'm just not very, very good at it. So, but I figure every single time I might as well try and see if I can make it, because I have to wait for that hologram to play anyway. And I've gotten most of the way, but I've not ever been able to get quite far enough to get the other hologram started.
Okay, yeah. So you saw me climb up some handholds over there.
When I opened
Usually they aren't reachable from down there, but by jumping up those little rocks on the side, I was able to jump over the whole way and reach them, and that way I was able to get to the hologram. So I stood on that part over there, jumped over to... Is it that part? Yeah, it's that part. From there I did a very precise jump in the middle and up there to be able to get onto that big piece of debris and jump over from there to reach those handholds. And now I'm waiting for the first hologram to end. I'm waiting for the crest sound and the autosave icon in the bottom right corner. And when that happens, I can restart from save. There it was. This will teleport me back to where the first hologram was, where I find Silence and can talk to them.
So in this first hologram, we learned that there was some problem. A seal didn't quite dispatch correctly and left a very small opening, but it was still large enough that the Pharaoh AI would be able to detect them. So they were supposed to meet to figure out what to do, but when the other alphas met, they discovered that Liz had already gone outside, and because this hatch or pressure seal could only be fixed from the outside, so she had done it, but it meant she could not return to Gaia Prime, and she kind of says she knows they've got this, and knows that they're going to be able to finish everything off successfully. And Aloy's a little despondent, not that she thought there was any way really that Elizabeth could have still been alive, but just to know for sure what happened. It affects her, and of course Silence is his usual.
We've talked about this before. Apollo has 3,000 plus fail-safe conditions.
Less than sympathetic self, I guess I'll say. Here we have Ted Pharaoh, who is more and more losing his mind,
Too late.
talking to the alphas. And there are some data points that talk about this
Doesn't
as
need
well.
to be like this.
That Ted has been asking for a lot of information, and Liz used to be able to handle him better.
Sacrifice.
And here we hear mention, I think for the first time, of something called Omega clearance. They've been all locked out of the system by something called Omega clearance, which it turns out Ted Faro controls. And once again, that is something that's going to come a lot more into play in Forbidden West.
Yeah, exactly. And now we see that Ted Faro actually is responsible for the death of all these developers of Gaia Prime and its sub-functions.
Yeah, Ted has it in his madness that they're going to destroy the innocence of the future. He's deleted Apollo, the knowledge database they've spent all this time building. Because, you know, he'd be crazy.
Yeah, and now we grabbed the master override that was in this room. And please remember, the master override does not override gravity, and that's why we are gonna yeet ourselves down from this mountain.
Default to your death. The master override doesn't override gravity.
Wyndham responded to my description of what happened to Elizabeth as proof that going outside is always a bad idea.
Okay, you want to take it like that, of course. By the way, did Kaider get Blaze Skip? Okay. Anyone know right now?
If I remember correctly, he got the small one, but not the big one.
Okay. So
I could be mistaken, but I believe that's what it was.
So just like Dorian, right? Okay. So right now we just finished up Gaia Prime. We attached the Master Override to our spear or Silent Spear, and now we are back in Meridian. This time we fast traveled to the settlement because we want to go to the Palace of the Sun, which is very much faster through this. We're gonna reset from save here, which will set us right into the Palace of the Sun, where we talk to Aaron, Marat, and Avad.
I'm glad you will tell him.
I'll meet
Aaron, take ours.
Because we haven't quite technically finished out the Aaron and Ursa storyline yet, and we've got to do that first.
Yep.
And we've learned, or we learned in that basement where Ursa was being kept, where she died, that Derval had something planned for Meridian. I don't really quite know exactly what's going on, but Murad has a lead on where we should go to check it out.
Yeah, but first we finish up the man's side quest. He's now an ally of us and joined us. And now there's Blaze.
Doesn't look too big.
big enough to kill us.
All right, I'll shut up.
It looks like a wooden bracket. Not very strong.
I also only got the small one. So yeah, you can push this Blaze out before any of this dialogue.
If that
And
downstairs
yeah.
goes off, it'll be just what Derval promised. Smoke will darken the sun. As the city goes up in
Nemeth is
flames.
getting excited for that sleep
There's
percentage
gotta be
run
a way to
coming up
stop it.
soon.
Oh yeah, not only you. I'm gonna have to put up an alarm clock so I'm awake tomorrow. So yeah. Oh, I went too far. I nearly forgot something. We have to talk to Talana.
We do.
I was in my autopilot for a normal NG Plus run.
Cherished brother, and Sunhawk Talavad Khan Padish, beloved father.
Yes, but we're gonna stop
Let
and
their
we're gonna
memory
finish
and
out Talana's
sacrifice be a beacon
quest
for
line
all
here
hunters,
as well.
all people to follow.
She is kind of saying a prayer because she brought in, of course, Red Maw and Assis. Assis is deceased,
Look,
and now we get to talk to her to finish out her storyline and also get her as an ally.
Yeah. And now we investigate more what Derval did.
Yeah, so again, normally we would follow, there's like a trail of blaze leading from that warehouse. Then it would take us to this house we're going to enter here. And down to the basement. Similar to Olin's place a bit. Probably built by the same architect.
Close one. I accidentally took the fall too early, but she still managed to grab onto that beam. Ooh,
I
rolled too much.
have died there many times, misjudging or misremembering how to do the jump.
I only died there twice, I think. And it was fairly recent.
I don't know why. It's just an area where even doing the climbing, as you said, the climbing's not always great. I think I know where I'm supposed to go, or I thought I knew where I was supposed to go, and it did not quite work.
So yeah, right now Derval is attacking the Palace of the Sun. And we take care of him. But he calls in some Glinthawks. That was actually, I think, perfect. Oh no, not perfect, because that one is still alive. Damn it. I thought it died. If that one wasn't alive from the first shots onto it, that would have been a perfect Glinthawk fight. It was very fast, except the last one. So yeah, we now imprison Derval. And talk to Aaron and the Vard about it. And we are about to finish this up. Oh, damn it, it was right. Damn it. I knew it was some side. Mara tells us, hey, come talk to me. So we go talk to him.
Panic in the city will only create another enemy. And do keep me appraised of each new arrival. Word what? So otherwise.
So yeah, fast travel to the campfire here.
Yeah, so it might not be completely obvious, just again for anybody who doesn't know, but we finished off one quest where we would talk to Aaron and talk to Avad.
And then what Mara told us is actually a new quest already.
Yeah.
It's a final quest.
But if we were
Olin's apartment feels
the beginning of the end, so to speak.
Yeah.
Should I sleep? Did I leave
anything? And we
unfinished?
can go and view the preparations, as you see there under the looming shadow, where we would get to say hi and have a little conversation with all those allies who joined us here at the end. But, you know, we're not going to do anything crazy like that.
Would only lose time.
Campfires, perhaps? Massing forces for the long march to the gates?
It's not wood smoke.
So yeah, good cutscene now.
The end. Or how it begins, anyway.
Some fireworks.
Hey, Marin. Dorian is trying to get Marin to turn in because she has to run in the morning, but Marin assures him that she has taken a bit of a nap, made a few adjustments, so she will be good to go.
Yeah.
But she wanted to tune back in to see you finish off your run here. Thanks, Marin.
Need my upskirt, indeed.
The Deathbringers you spoke of?
To the guns! To the guns!
Yeah, Nem, I would actually agree that the HZD ending seems more epic and impactful than in Forbidden West.
Well, I think it's also a bit due to where Forbidden West stands in the story of the Horizon universe. Like, basically middle child syndrome in games. By the way, I'm scared. Since like you can't put in the very end enemy, while the first one was able to like put a huge enemy at the very end because you don't know the whole world yet.
You have vexed me long enough.
Should have fought me in a sun ring.
And so as we enter the first stage of the final battle, we have to deal with Helix once and for all.
How did he shoot that first bomb so fast? That's what I'm curious about. And then I sadly missed because I already wanted to dodge the second bombs there.
Where do you need me?
So in story, we actually shoot the cameras of the Deathbringers because they are instantly dead then. Where is it? Where is it? Deals 4,000 damage to them and kills them with one shot.
Very nice. And then once again we have the Storm Slinger. Hey, Scar, at the end you need to check and see how many sparkers you have left. I'm really curious.
Yeah. I really didn't kill that one enemy. Ah, damn it. Murder chick, where are you going? So I missed one enemy over here, which is kinda sad. Right now I am on 615. I was very conservative. I was able to hold back a lot of them. So I wouldn't have needed my 300 plus, I think. Ah well, it's still a lot to go in Rich
Yeah, we still have a
Defense.
few more waves of enemies here.
Yeah. Okay, now Glinthawks. Let's hope for good shooting here. Ooh, actually clipped all of them.
Nice.
Where's the Deathbringer? There it is. Oh, I missed. Turn around. Murder chicken.
Keep it together, Scar. We're almost at the end.
I'm at the Stormbird now. Did I reach him? I do. And he's done. So we are actually now in the last split, in the very end of the run. Deathbringers, even though I destroyed them, they still get through. They still crash into Meridian, set everything on fire, and drag Hades. What is Hades trying to do though? Why does it want to go through Meridian?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, I don't think anybody's talked about that. So, where Hades is heading, pardon me, there is something called the Spire, a tall, skinny tower. And that was built by Gaia and Minerva, one of Gaia's sub-functions, as a way to transmit the machine codes to shut down the you know, war machines slash peacekeepers. And so it seems like it wants to head to where this spire is so it can send out some other kind of signal. Here's our friend Teb again, who he's I guess we could also count him amongst our allies, but he's going to show up no matter what at the end. We don't have to do anything special to get him to join.
By the way, I quickly checked again. I have 540 sparkles left. So we actually only used 1,220. A bit more since I picked some up in...
We did loot a few along the way, but yeah. Yes, they do destroy the elevators, as is mentioned in chat. Everything's all on fire.
Here we're gonna column mount. And see some of our allies actually fighting already. It's a Luki, which we got from A Moment's Peace. Then we just climbed further up.
Yeah, and Uthid was there fighting
I have to get up there.
The
Yeah.
murder chicken.
Yeah. I accidentally overshot my jump. But at least this isn't the part where you can die. This is the part where you can die, this bridge.
Gotta keep going. Keep pushing.
Aloy magnetized to the handhold, but at least I didn't die.
So no holding back.
So, yeah, we're home free basically. Only thing standing in our way is one more Deathbringer, while we see some of our other allies here, like Talana, Aaron, and Varl. We reset from save to teleport ourselves up here, swap to the ice rail, skip the cutscene and wait for the Deathbringer to move, shoot the first camera, shoot the second camera if we were to hit it, and reset from save, and time is coming up once I purge Hades from his processor, which is now. Hi. So yeah, as we see Aloy stabbing an orb of metal. As we see Aloy stab an orb of metal, we are done with all allies joined. Joining in the final battle was Aluki, Elida, Tab, Vanasha, Usid, Nakoa, Geneva, Petra, Sona, Val, Naman, Aaron, and Talana all joined together to fight off Hades and his machines. As we now see Aloy purging Hades. Thank you all for the GGs. Thank you, Viola, for commentating. Actually a great help, especially for the story bits. And
thank you for inviting me to join you, Scar. It was really fun. And thanks again to Dorian and Elk for organizing all of this and all the other runners participating. 2:40:45 was the time. Very nicely done.
I was gonna time it loadless, but sadly my life split wasn't with me.
Thank you, Marin.
Yeah. Thank you, Marin. And yeah, I'm just now waiting for one of the hosts to come in.
For me to say something, okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
We
Go
woke
ahead.
you up, didn't we?
Yeah, GG on the one. Nice commentary. Thank you both for that. So, need to type. Viola, you don't stream yourself, don't you?
No, it's something I keep toying with, but no, not yet. Thank you.
No, of course I am. Somebody has to turn the lights off, car. Speaking about turning the lights off, that was our last run of this day.
Time for
We
sleep
will,
percent.
yes, time for sleep percent. We will be back in a bit. Wait, what is it now? It is 3:36. And our next one is at 11:20. Math.
7-ish
what's that?
hours.
Yeah. Less. Wait, what?
8 hours.
Why is that so short?
Just under 8 hours.
Yeah.
Right.
Who's up first tomorrow?
Sorry about that.
Marin?
Where was I?
It
After
is
intro
Marin.
percent.
That's why I was saying that she should
Right.
go to sleep.
Yeah, so,
Uh-huh.
that's what I was saying. It was a children's electronics kit, but I hacked the wiring to an auto battery inside
Alright.
a PV. So the grass
So,
caught fire. And so did
that
a tall
was
pine
our
that had stood there, I don't know, maybe
yeah.
100 years.
First day of running the horizon. I hope you all enjoyed it. I sure did. It was fun, and we have 2 more days to go.
Showed me the dead baby birds because there were nests in the pine tree.
If you want to look at when and what ones are coming up the next days, there's a link to the schedule in chat.
And that's
So
when my mother took my face in her hands
check
and
that out.
spoke.
Query.
And yeah,
What did she say?
that will be fun. Hoping
said
to
I
see
had to
you
care.
fine folks
said,
again tomorrow.
Elizabeth, being smart will
We
count
will
for nothing
see
if you
Scar
don't make the
again
world better.
on Sunday,
You have to
not
use your
tomorrow.
smarts to count for something. To serve
Oh,
life,
yes.
not death.
You run on Sunday again.
Oh, I didn't realize I accidentally muted my mic. I will be on tomorrow though for commentary.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, then
good night, everyone. I guess, right?
Yeah. Good night. Have a wonderful rest of your time zone.
I guess.
Wherever you are. And we will see each other again in a bit less than 8 hours.
And willful.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
But with enough compassion to
Okay,
heal the
and
world.
we are off.
Just a little bit.
Thanks, Dorian.
Dorian, I just realized you should have let it run just a bit longer.
Oh, yeah, it is still running.
Oh,
but
it
yeah,
is.
true, I should.
Okay.
We need to watch the cutscene.
Anyway,
And
that's
the
all I've got for now, Gaia.
the ending.
Time to tuck in.
I wish you a pleasant sleep, Elizabeth.
Thank you. I'll catch you tomorrow.